We are standing in front of Staples because we want Staples to denounce the contract that the post office offered them. They want them to set up a little mini post office inside, sell stamps and take in packages. And we feel that they have no way to protect the public from if someone sent in a letter bomb or if they sent in a package that had chemicals in it. They have nothing there to test it. The post office have the machine and all the technology there to test for these things, not a small place like Staples.
Yes. So, John, here we are again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Here we are again, out in front of Staples.
Okay.
Well, the previous Postmaster General, Patrick R, Donahoe, before he, about a year before he retired, he went to Staples and he sold them on this deal to put these fake post offices inside of all the Staples stores all across the country. They have 1,500 stores, and all of them have these fake postal counters, which is staffed not with postal employees, but with Staples employees who are not trained to handle a mail. They don't know the rates. They receive 4 hours training. Post office trains their clerks for 80 hours before they let them work the window. So we're out here to let the public know what's going on. It's all part of the grand overall plan to privatize the post office. It's not just Staples. They're privatizing our over-the-road trucking routes, giving them to all these non-union freight haulers. They're having mail processed in non-union processing plants. Pitney Bowes is the biggest operator of those. They have 35 plants across the country. In the meantime, they're closing 82 large processing plants all across the country this year alone. And what they did since 2012, they've closed approximately 140 processing plants all across the country. And in some cases, like the one in Newburgh, New York, the mail has to be sent to Albany, which is 125 miles away. So for a letter going in the mid-Hudson Valley in New York, it's going to travel a 250-mile round trip before it gets delivered. And Albany really can't handle all the mail that's coming from the Newburgh plant, so they have to hand it off to Syracuse and to Springfield, Mass. That's just one example. That's been going on all over the country. Now they're in the process. Right now, they're in the process of closing another 82 very large processing plants, which is going to wreak havoc. It's already wreaking havoc on service standards. And what they did January 5th of this year was a terrible, rotten thing they did. They changed the service standards and they eliminated mail processing at night. And all over the country, it's taken as much as a week to get a first-class letter delivered. Priority mail. To me, priority mail is our best product. For what they charge you for priority mail compared to what UPS and FedEx charge, and you get 2- and 3-day delivery. Well, it's not 2- and 3-day delivery anymore. Priority mail was not supposed to be affected by these service standards, but it is. And the union down in the union headquarters down in D.C. has figures to prove what has the terrible drop in service since January 5th when the post office changed the service there. It's all part of this plan they have to eventually make the post office a completely private operation. They're not just going to come in one day and say, okay, the post office is private. No, they're doing it piecemeal, and they have been doing it for over 30 years.
Right, tell me more about this Staples business. How many Staples outlets now carry postal automated machines or whatever in New York City?
They're not automated. In New York City, I only know about the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island. There's 20 Staples in Manhattan, 3 in the Bronx and 3 in Staten Island, and they all have these postal counters where you can go in and do almost anything you can do in a post office. You can mail priority, you can mail express, you can mail parcel post. They're supposed to be put into all 1,500 Staples stores all across the country. Are supposed to have these fake postal counters, and they're working on a deal to put these counters into 2,000 Walmarts. And it's already had an effect that no post offices have yet to close because of this. But out in this Bay Area, San Francisco, which is where they rolled out this program over a year ago, they have cut hours at some of the post offices in the San Francisco Bay Area. And what they do is they put a sign on the window. We're no longer open till 5, we're only open till 3. When we're closed, you can conveniently go to Staples. So it's part of their plan to gradually make the post office be no longer a public service, but to be a vehicle for the entrepreneurs to make money off of.
So you have demonstrations throughout the week, right? At other
we do. We hit all the Staples stores in Manhattan on a rolling basis. We hit about 5, 6, 7 of them every week. We go to a couple up in the Bronx. We haven't hit the other boroughs yet. Those are different locals of our union.
All the postal workers are unionized, aren't they?
Yes. We have 4 unions that represent about 600,000 postal workers. And a part of the plan is to break our unions, which is a trend that's going on all over the country, union busting.
What would it take
to roll it back? Well, we have a little bit of an impact what we're doing here. Some people actually do not go to Staples. If we could get union locals that are still buying this office supplies from Staples to cancel their contracts. If we can get community organizations that are supportive of a public postal service, cancel their contract if they're still buying supplies from Staples, and let them know why. That could have a really big impact. And in the meantime, our union on a national level is intervening in the attempt of Staples to merge with Office Depot. So we're trying to throw a monkey wrench at them wherever we can.